Hello my friends and welcome. Another week has gone by so quickly. Time for another print and play from the solitaire board game competition. This week I picked a very simple, fun, I think customizable game for you called Strange Glass Window, where you take an image, happens to be the stained glass, and you mix it up, kind of like, remember those little games when you were a kid and they were little squares and they had a bunch of tiles and one tile was missing and you would slide them around to try to recreate the picture? That's kind of the same idea here. You have this picture, we're going to scramble it up and we're going to be sliding the little bits around to try and recreate this strange glass window. My cohorts, of course, are pumping out their videos as well, so check out the links below. Sir Thecos is trying desperately to get all of the games played possible, so I think he's doing some extra ones during the week. So if you haven't subscribed to him, be sure and do so, as he is sort of putting in some extra effort to try and get all these games covered. But I wanted to give this one a try. It looked quick, it looked easy, you know, there's not a lot of moving bits to this. It's a fun little print and play. But I thought what would be really cool with this one is that you can customize this image. So the designer found two free for use images out there of stained glass windows. But I think this would be a lot of fun to have, if you played with your kids or if you have some littler people. You can print out like a picture of a Pokemon or of your favorite superhero or even like the family dog. And then if you just cut it up into these little squares and, you know, mix them up and assemble them just like these game pieces, you can play this game with pretty much any image you wanted, which gives it a lot of, I think, versatility, which is kind of fun, which is, you know, a print and play game should be customizable, right? You should be able to make it something that you love. And the fact that you could swap this picture out is actually kind of cool for Strange Glass Window. Now, the other thing the designer did, which I appreciate, is not only did he give you the picture, but you'll notice that he also gave you sort of indicators of where they're supposed to be on the board. So for example, A1 is here on row A, column 1, right? So as we're sliding these pieces around, we're gonna know where they need to go. Now, if you wanted to make this game harder, you could print an image out without these little numbers on them. So you would be making it more of a puzzle, so you don't know exactly where every tile goes. You have to kind of slide them around and see how they fit. So you can also kind of up the difficulty if you wanted. So the way the game works is you print out your picture, whatever it is. If you want a little bit of help, you can label the front of the picture where the tile goes, so you know exactly where to slide them. And then on the back, in the instructions, they tell you how to mark the back of the tiles. So, for example here, so the back of tiles A1, A2, B3, B4, you put the pink stars. On these, you put an orange star, a green star, and a blue circle. Simple enough. That just means that to set up the board, we're going to turn all of our pieces over, all right, and mix them up. And then we're going to put them on this grid randomly based on the symbol on the back. So for instance, this one has to go in any of the green spaces. The pink ones are going to end up, some of these are going to end up down here. So this ensures you get a nice distribution of your tiles. The other thing on this board is that you do have some sort of, what would you call them, wildcard free uses. And these you can use anytime during the game. Once you used it, you turn it over to show that it has been done. So you have a free 1 or a 6 if you would like it, a 2 or 5, a 3 or a 4. So if you roll terribly, don't worry, you have a tiny bit of wiggle room. There is a little round tracker here. You're trying to do it as fast as possible. You can play against other people, in which case you don't need a round tracker. You're just each trying to complete the puzzle first, which is kind of fun. And then this is just your little scoring. How long did it take you, and did you have any leftover dice at the end of that round? The other thing that the designer did, is he gave you these little teleport spaces. Now I highlighted them in yellow. I just found it was easier to see them sort of outlined in yellow than trying to remember, because of course, like, you know, if there's a tile on it, you can no longer tell it has that little T in the corner. So you're constantly like moving it. So I just put a little yellow border around it. It made gameplay that much simpler. But for the most part, what we're going to do now is we're going to turn all these tiles upside down. I'm going to give them a good mix, and then I'm going to randomly pop them onto a matching symbol and flip them over right side up. And that's how we're going to scramble the board. So we've randomly scattered our pieces where they're supposed to start. We have our little free tokens, and we're going to start keeping track of our rounds. Now, I'm really bad about moving the round marker, so I'm probably going to forget, but this is just really to show you how the game plays. So please don't ping me on that. I'm going to mess it up. And on your turn, it's simple enough. You roll your 3 dice and you assign them as shown in your little grid here. So a 2 lets us orthogonally swap any tiles. You can't move into a blank space. You have to swap 2, east and west or north and south. A 6 is a direct trade. We can shoot any 2 tiles we want. Can't go into an empty space. And a 5 is a shunt. A shunt is nice. Basically, you just slide all the tiles. So if I was to pick column 3, I would slide B1 down, it would hit A2, and it would slide down to B4. Probably not what I want to do, but you know, you shunt them all the way across. Now, if you don't want to use any of those values, you have what's called a slide. And so I could say, for instance, I don't want to shunt, I can use it as a slide. And the slides are cool. 1 die will give you 2 slides. And it sounds what it sounds like. You take 1 tile and you slide it into 1 empty space. So we could slide B1 down and we could slide D1 up. Those would be our 2 slides, right? If we assigned 2 dice, we get 5 slides, and 3 dice will give us 8 slides. So you always have that choice if you don't like your roll. And of course, remember, we have our little wild cards. Now, as far as gameplay goes, one of the cool things is that for teleport, you can teleport, if we were to roll a 4, any tile into a teleport space, but the teleport space must be empty. So it behooves you early on in the game to sort of clear out some of these teleport tile areas so that if we ever do roll a 4, we can actually use it. Okay? And of course, because I'm playing what I think of as easy mode or normal mode, all of our tiles are labeled, so it's really easy to see. For example, A1 is all the way down here, and it needs to get all the way up there, right? Let's see. E5 is way over up here, and hit needs to get all the way down there. So, for example, what if we just direct trade those, right? We know our A has to go up, we know our E has to go down. Boom, we're 1 step closer. Let's see, is there anything else we can shunt? Is there anybody we completely want to just slide? Yeah, why don't we do that? Let's shunt these guys up. It moves the A2 closer, gets my B4 closer. Sounds good. And then let's do an orthogonal swap, and let's get A2 into the top row and B1 into the second. Beautifully done. Turn 2. We're gonna roll again. Ooh, we get a direct trade, another shunt, and a leapfrog. Okay, leapfrogs are cool. You can leap over as many as you want. So for instance, our A2 could leap all the way down here. Our A4 could leap all the way over here. So you don't have to just leap 1, you can leap multiple. It's not checkers, so we can't doing, doing, doing right across the board. You can only do 1 leap. So let's think about shunting first. Do I want to shunt anything? I kind of don't think I do. So I think I'm going to go ahead and decide again instead to play my 5 as a slide. And that's going to give me 2 slides. So let's see. What do I want to slide, or do I want a direct trade first? I do have an A4 way over here. And I have an E way the heck up there. So let's do that. Let's start with a direct trade. Let's get these E's and A's at least somewhere they're supposed to be. And do I want to shunt? I don't. I want to slide. Okay, how about a leapfrog? Let's leapfrog. I like that. Let's leapfrog the D2 over the A1. All right, moves him down, frees up a nice teleport tile. And now let's take our slide action. We can slide 2. And this up here is not looking good for the good guys. So let's slide those guys. Let's slide him over here and him over here. I now have 2 teleport spaces open. Should I roll lucky? Or if I really want to use it right, I can turn in one of my tokens. What did we get? I got a teleport, woohoo, and 2 diagonal swaps. All right, let's think about that. Diagonal swaps. So I have a 1, 2, where's A3 hanging out right now? A3, oh, he's way over here. So what if we teleport him? Yeah, let's teleport him. So let's use our 4 to teleport our A3 up here. And then let's do a diagonal swap. Do I want to put C1 in the corner though? How am I going to get him out of there? All right, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out later. At least we're getting all of our A's where they need to be. And now I have another diagonal swap. So are those all my A's? A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the A's are all in the right place. Do I want to diagonal swap anything? I don't think so. So let's go ahead and just use it for its good old slide ability. Actually, this would be a great place to get a shunt because then I could slide all those down. Maybe I'll roll one. All right, so let's do some sliding, shall we? Let's slide. Let's get this C4 out of there. And let's slide down a D3. Okay? Let's go again. Maybe we'll get some good shunts here. No, we got direct trades and a leapfrog. All right, that's not bad. Let's definitely spend our leapfrog and get this C1 out of there because that's a terrible spot. And then we have a direct trade. So I should also say, ooh, I wonder if I played that right last time. I should also note that direct trades cannot be adjacent. What does that mean? For example, if we're looking at B1, I can't direct trade with anything adjacent to him. So any box around him, I can't direct trade. So direct trades tend to be like far across the map. So here's a great example of a direct trade. I have a B2 here and I have an E2 here, right? That's crazy talk. Let's direct trade these two. None of them are adjacent at all. I have another direct trade I could do. Man. Or I could go, oops, someone's coming home. Or I could do a swap. Or I could use the slide ability. How's our bees doing? Do we have any weird bees that are totally out of place? Not really. Okay, we'll do a direct trade then. Let's direct trade this B with this C. Gets it a little bit closer. We're not making a lot of progress, but you know, slowly, baby steps, guys. What do we get? Diagonal swap, a shunt, yes, and a teleport. Okay, so let's definitely use our shunt. I would like to slide these down here. Boom. And then let's do a teleport. Yeah, let's just slide. We're just going to use it for its slide value here. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to slide this B4 here. I get another slide. You have to use them back to back. So I can't, for example, slide, swap, slide. So if I want to use my second slide, this is my moment to do so. And I think I do. I'm going to just get this out of the teleport space. Those are my 2 slides. Now I'm going to swap. And we're going to swap this D for this B. We're kind of getting our B's in a row now. All right. Ooh, 2 leapfrogs. Yuck, and a shunt. That does not help us at all. Ew, that's terrible. Okay, this one got turned sideways. Oh, AC on. And AC off. Okay, let's see. What were we doing? Leapfrog. Leapfrog. All right, let's make this leapfrog work. So I'm going to use this one as a slide. We're going to slide the C4 here. And then we will slide it again. We're just going to get it out of the way here. Okay? Now I'm going to use my leapfrog to get this B5 way the heck down here, get him out of the way. And I'm going to use my second leapfrog to leap my A1 to where it needs to be. All right, so finally, we got a piece in the right place. Let's go. And I find once you get them close to each other, it becomes really easy to get them exactly where you want to go, which is very, very nice. So let's teleport. Ooh, I'd like to teleport that out of the way. Maybe I can't though. All right, so I have two direct trades. They have to be not adjacent to each other. All right. I see this A3 is in the wrong spot. So, ooh, I could teleport him up here and then bring him down. That's not a bad idea. Let's do that. Let's teleport my A3. Okay. Excuse me. And then let's direct trade the... Ooh, do I want to do the 4? I'd love to direct trade those two, but they're adjacent to each other and I can't do that. So, let's direct trade. And yeah, let's what am I thinking? Let's just slide, right? We don't have to direct trade. Let's slide. We got 2 slides on us. So there's slide number 1. And look at that, our A row is done. And then slide number 2, boom, we'll put that there. Beautiful. Now we can direct trade. And let's direct trade this B1. He's not touching D4, so we can get away with that. And now we have B1 next to B2. Ooh, yeah. All right. There's something very pleasing about this game, watching it all, like, all the order come together. Ugh, it just makes me so happy. Okay, direct trade. I would love to get rid of that D2. Where's my missing B? Oh, he's way down here. Let's do that. So let's direct trade the B5 for the D2. Love it. We have some leapfrog action that we could do. First, let's slide 2. So we're going to slide 1, slide 2, and leapfrog him home. And look at that. We got rows A and B locked down. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at all those 6s. Oh, right. So that's interesting. Let's see if we can make use of that. Yeah, I think we definitely can. We got a bunch of things we need to like shake up around here. So let's direct trade. These are not adjacent. The C1 is in the right place. Let's direct trade. Our C2 is in the right place. This one's cool. C3 we can teleport, so I don't have to worry about C3. Where is C4? Ooh, C4 is here. That would be a direct trade. Can't do it. How about C5? Let's do C5. Let's get him into the right place. Wow. That was a great roll of 6s. Lucky, lucky lady. A leapfrog, a teleport, love it, and a shunt. Well, we know we want to teleport him here. Bada boom. A leapfrog. So this is the guy who's in the wrong spot. Oh no, I didn't want to teleport him here. Sorry. I wanted the C3. Because that's the right spot. So I need an a diagonal swap. So I could take one of those if I wanted. Kind of not against that, just to get it done, right? So let's burn our 2-5 and call it a, nope, I need the 3 because I need diagonal, right? Yep. Let's burn our 3-4 and we'll use it as a diagonal swap and get our C's in a row. Perfection. Okay, now we can leapfrog or shunt. Oof, our D's are not looking great. Leapfrog and shunt don't really help me here. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's definitely use one of these for a double slide. And let's slide him up and the 2 over. And now I can leapfrog my 1. D1 becomes D1, D2. Wow. Come on, D's. A 3, a diagonal, a shunt, and a shunt. Ew. Okay. 1, 2. diagonal. Oh, I don't need any of those. Okay, actually, let's shunt. Actually, this might work. Because if I shunt these down here, boom, boom. It's not a diagonal swap though, is it? Okay, then let's diagonal swap these two, maybe. And then we'll take this as a double slide. Slide, slide. Not the most elegant of turns, but I think we'll take it. We're getting so close. Orthogonal, direct, teleport. Ooh, interesting. Direct trade. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. Darn it, it's right there. Although I can orthogonal swap it. Let's do that, okay? Cool, 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 cool. Teleport, so I could get my E2 down here. I don't hate that. Or I could direct trade. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Teleport our E2. And then let's direct trade our E1 with our E5. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close. Orthogonal, diagonal, teleport. I don't think we need that teleport. Don't think we need that teleport. What we need are a bunch of slides. So I think we can do this. So first off, we do want to swap these. So let's orthogonal swap and get our 4 and 5. And then these we can just use as slides. So that's going to give us 5 slides. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we did it. We completed our picture. And that might have been how many rounds we did it in, or I might have forgotten, I'm not sure. But for scoring purposes, you would say, how many rounds did it take you? So it would score us. It took us 13 rounds. We used all the dice at the end of our turn, so we don't get any dice bonus, but we did have 2 leftover unused tokens. So we would only have to add 1 more. So that would be our score, I think, of 14. Which I think is pretty good, pretty good. Like I said, this is a super simple game. It's fun, it's quick to play. What I love about it is that you could change up this picture. You could do a picture from your little last vacation. You know, you could each get a vacation picture and then sit down with somebody and, you know, put it all together. You don't have to put the little numbers in the corner to make it a little bit harder because you're thinking, does this go in A1 or is this A2? I can't quite tell the picture. And it isn't until you get it there that you realize, oh shoot, that little piece needs to be swapped around. It is totally solvable. It's totally doable. The dice are nice and random, but you never feel stuck with these because you can always put them into slide or use one of these powers. So I never felt like the dice were out to get me or I was just rolling poorly. I mostly celebrated my good luck and was able to very easily work around my bad luck, which is so refreshing with a dice game. Like I said, it's just fun. It's simple, it's fun, it's a nice way to spend a couple of minutes and play. And I think if you wanted to do it with kids, especially with some fun little images of, you know, whatever they're into or they love, who wouldn't enjoy that? As a kid, I loved those little slider puzzles, which was probably why I enjoy Strange Glass Window as much as I do. If you want to print it out, give it a shot. Oh my goodness, it's like 2 pieces of paper and a couple of, you know, snips of your scissors and you're good to go. And it's not hard to do at all. Not hard, but a lot of fun. So that's my game for the week, guys. We are really powering through this. We'll see how many more we can get to. I hope you're enjoying them and having a good time playing your games. Talk to you later.